Right. There we go. Microphone all working properly. Hey. To make sure that the video capture thing is set up properly here. Right then. Hello folks, good morning, good morning. Good to see you all here in chat today. Yeah, welcome back to a little bit of Banished here. We do this every once in a while. It's a medieval city building sim. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Oh dear, Christ Almighty! I've not long got up myself. Hello there, Screwed. Good to see you, sir. Fantastic. Hello, Milneb, Twardy, Mr. Skilltree. Good to see you there. How are we all? Fantastic. Yu as well. Hello, hello. All right. Yeah, hopefully we're all having good mornings and stuff at the moment. I'm just sort of sipping away the dry throat of me snoring night with a bit of water. But yeah, otherwise doing quite well. Hello, Agent. Good to see you. Fantastic stuff. Okay. I saw Saru was on Portal this morning. How is she doing? Did she do well? You got to tell me straight. How good was she? Out of 10. Agent, come on, don't hold back. I can handle the truth. She's probably way better at it than I am. Ping Queen 2K7, which I can only assume is 2007. Good morning. Good to see you. Hello, is that Buiski? Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you there. She's still in Portal, right? I'm not sure. She might well be. Watch the VOD. It's hilariously bad. Awesome. Well, she's probably better than I was, so can't fault her for that. So yeah, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be jumping into we're going to be jumping back into Banished, and we're going to be well, loading up our village. I can't even remember the name of our village. It's like Drearysburg or something. It's like I just got like the world's most boring name, but I think that reflects the village nicely as it is. So we're going to go back in and we're going to see if we can we'll see if we can grow the village and try not to have another massive famine if we can avoid it. That would be infinitely preferable. That isn't a good sound. Fatal access violation. Okay. Well, I think that was because I tried to tab out while we were loading, so... Oh, Jesus Christ, where did that come from? God, that was like a hiccup. Oh my God. That was horrible. Oh my Jesus. I'm still alive. It's alright, chat. Don't worry about me. Right, the game won't start now for some reason. Banished. Is it creeping around down here? No. Let's give it one more try. Loading it up. This time, let's not tab out of it. Good morning there, Damon. Nice to see you there. Well, we're doing well. I don't know about beautiful. It's kind of like the cloud. There's just grey cloud overhead. It's not really that grey. It's like a white grey cloud, like really light grey cloud. It's almost like the entire world is running on a daylight bulb at the moment. It's like really white outside, like, and not snowing. I'm gonna let some of that light in. Don't do it very often. Don't do it very often at all. Okay. Oh, goodness me. So the Banished app is still running. I've broken something. Where is it? Where's Banished? Come on. Tell me straight. I can deal with it. And look, I'm a big boy. I can handle it. Where's Banished? It's not even there. It's not even there. Okay, we're going to give it one more try. Hopefully this will work. If not, we're going to have to close the Steam Bootstrapper. And there we go. Okay, yeah, so the Steam Bootstrapper has to go. That's the web helper. Service, end task. No, still running. There's the Bootstrapper. End task. We'll reload Steam, and then we'll go from there. Fantastic. It's not a Q stream unless something is broken. That it is. I thought it was always sunny in the UK. It is actually not stopped raining since 1406. It's just constantly raining. In fact, here in the UK, if you're obviously not from the UK, because I understand it's quite early. I imagine we've got quite a few overseas, quite a few Aussies in. But we're actually beset by quite a bit of flooding at the moment in the north of England. There's a lot of sort of towns under 3-4 feet of water at the moment. It's really bad. So we'll see. And Germans. Good to see you there. Awesome. UK and sun, it's true, yeah. Okay, so let's see if we can load up the game here. I'm still kind of coming to. I'm still kind of waking up, so you'll have to forgive me. Ugh. I got woken up by the cat this morning. The cat came, jumped onto me, onto my chest, and then just lay across my face and tried to suffocate me. You know those scenes in like every kind of like in action films where they like smother the old like gangster with a pillow, and then that was me waking up this morning. It was horrible. Oh Jesus. Right, okay, so Banished it is. So I believe, where's our village? What's our village called? It's called Burvlard. That's it. Quality name. This was one that I was running with a mod, I think, so we're going to ignore that one. But Burvlard, that's where we are currently situated. So let's... Oh, is that even the most recent save? I don't know whether that is the most recent save. I might have another one, actually. I think this is an old save of Burvlard. Let's load up again. Let's see. Burvlard 07... No, that's the most recent one. So 07, 10, 19... Yeah, okay, so this is the most recent one. Okay, fantastic. So let's slow down time a little bit here, just to ×1 speed, so we can just get to grips with what we were doing previously here. So this is the sort of mountain colony of Bervlard. Currently population of 56, including children. We are currently based along this kind of large, sort of slow-moving river here. And it's an interesting time for old Bervlard. The population is growing at a decent rate, but I'm forever seem to be playing catch-up with the food problem, because I have over 7,000 food in storage at the moment, but that could really start to plummet quite suddenly over the course of only 2 or 3 years. I keep doing the overlay thing. I apologise. Sorry. There we go. Is this? There you go. Okay, that's the second time. Second time in 2 days. Okay, let's start that again. So this is the colony of Bervlard, alright? This right here. Currently, as I say, population of 56, 46 adults and 10 children as of this moment in time. We're currently set in the early stages of our 16th season's winter. Who needs to see the game anyway? It's true. Professional twat. That's me. You got me. So yeah, at the moment, we're just kind of nestling out here and trying to keep our heads above water, basically. There's not really much else happening in the town of Bervlard. There's nothing really going on, per se. At the minute, I'm just sort of sitting tight and waiting for things to move over, to be honest. As I say, with the food situation at the moment, I may have over 7,000 units of food in storage between this storage barn, and then I believe the market as well has got lots of food in it. But the issue that I'm having at the moment is an issue of, like, how to describe it? I'm having an issue with, like, sustainability with regards to food. So, fantastic, this food's going up and up and up and up. But as people have more kids, like Filiad here, what a beautiful name, Filiad, I'm struggling to keep the supply and demand of food balanced. Because at the minute, I've got shitloads of food going into storage, but it will drop rather suddenly if I'm not careful. Okay. Is Kuberk and Ogor going to come visit this place? Maybe they will, maybe they will. It's a nice thought, isn't it? Okay. So I'm just fiddling with the volume sliders here on my end. It's the independent volume. Okay, so with regards to how we're actually feeding our colony here, or what's going on, the resources that we've got built at the moment, so I say the buildings we've got a smithy and a tailor who is currently using the leather hide, or the deer hide, from the hunting cabins that we've got situated out here in the woods across the river. Currently the woods over here are unexplored, well, I say unexplored, but like unindustrialized. There's a little bit of industry for forestry and like hunting, but for the most part there's not really any houses or anything here. But I will eventually be moving over the river based on the fact that this is quite a fortunate mountaineering seed, or like the actual seed of the level generation, because we have fucking such a large area. Sorry there, I'm going to have to tab out for a sec. I wonder if that's what crashes it. Probably not. Sorry, I've still got the night light on my monitor, and everything's too red for me. There we go. That's better. Now I can see. Awesome. That makes no difference for you, I don't think. It's just for me, that. So yeah, this is the state of things at the moment. We've got gatherers' huts, hunting cabins. We've got an extra woodcutter, simply because of the fact we were struggling to deal with firewood through these cold seasons. But between the two of them now, they've done a really good job. We've got 500 firewood in limit there. I might make that up to... Let's make that up to 800 firewood. Let's just really get the firewood reserves tippy-top, because the more I get, the better off I am in the future, and the better bulk reserve I have to stop things from going wrong later down the line. Fantastic. Purge citizens, eat the elders, that's true. Hello there, Peely, good to see you. Okay, so with regards to everybody else here, all of the young lads that I have, I send into the mine. Like any good tin pot dictator, everybody else goes into the mine. At the minute they are mining, I think it's iron they're after at the moment. I could potentially one day get them onto coal, but there's really no need for that as of this moment in time. What I could do with is getting them to do some quarry work. That would be very... fortunate for me, but there's no really good places to stick a quarry. This little creek here stops me from building anything over this way. I was thinking of maybe doing it down here, but to be honest, I was planning on having some of my farmland down here, as you can see by the fact that we've got 17 chickens in circulation at the moment, which is absolutely fantastic. We actually got 1 chicken or 2 chickens to be dropped off, and now all of a sudden we've got this bustling chicken metropolis, which is fantastic. Combat Wombat, good to see you, sir. Did he just call me Peely? No, I called Peely Peely. Pasley even. I could equally call you Peely as well by accident, make no mistake. Okay, so with regards to how things are going at the moment, we've probably got a few families that are waiting to move out for the sake of population growth. Yeah, I'd say there's several people of age here. Of age, he says, Moncaress. Right, let's build another house here at the end of this street, and then I think I'm going to have it maybe change directions, perhaps after this house here. So we'll build another house there, and then we'll have a road run down this way, I think. Off this way. So, nice one. So we'll get the builders that we have on those. It'll take them a little bit of time to drop everything off, but generally speaking, they'll do an alright job. The idea was that these guys were meant to take the stuff from the iron mine and drop it off over here, but to be honest, they've not done all that good of a job with it. There you go, we can speed up time now. All of the workers from the mine. The nice thing is that the mine... Yeah. Oh, thank you very much there, Buishki. Thank you very much, Q. Did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? Great food, but no atmosphere. Oh. Fantastic. We've also changed the weather temperature from Fahrenheit to Celsius, so it is currently -6 degrees here, so it's pretty nippy for what it's worth here. In winter Burvlar, that it is. But yeah, with the mine being so close to the residences, it's actually very, very easy, per se, to go and get to work, kind of thing, which is very helpful for us, because we've got a lot of mountains here, and we're going to be making use of the various gemstones and ores that they have for the sake of our mining colony, which is awesome. Eventually this will run out of production, and then when it does, the mine will have to close, and that's the reality of it. And then you have like a bit of a scar on the landscape, but that's true to form. Quarries are the worst scar on the landscape by a million miles. They are awful.
Yeah.
Thank you very much there to Ramon there. Choo Choo Saru, good to see you there, sir. 20 months, thank you very much. And thank you for Saru for raiding with a party of 11. Good to see you there. I heard you were doing Portal. I heard it went well. So yeah, well, oh, here we go, another merchant. Oh, please be like sheep. I need sheep. Sheep would be phenomenal, because that's going to give me a real export from here. Sheep and cows are the ways to go. If I can only sell the stuff. I could sell a lot of food to the guy, potentially. Okay, let's see what he's willing to trade. And what have you brought with you? You brought chicken. I don't need food. Do you take orders? No, you just give me shit. I don't need you to come back with this shit. Like, I'm doing fine for... Get him out of here. Go on, shoot. Useless. Right. Let's see what we got in here then. So we've got plenty of iron tools on the go. There's plenty of stuff happening. The market is a bit of a metropolis in activity at the moment. I'm going to assign it second person to work there, so that we might, you know, get better resources and stuff from in and around. That's not too bad. Okay. I do need to figure out how I'm going to expand down this way, to be honest, because that's the only thing that I haven't really sussed as of the moment. I know obviously that I want to have obviously roads and stuff coming through like this. Maybe I'll have a small orchard this way. But until I get seeds, there's really not much I can do. Like, I am at the mercy of the merchants here, because we really have nothing in Birthland. We are really hopeless, if nothing else. The reserve of logs. Let's get that up to 500. Let's really get them. Let's really get them sorted. Got a cat hovering around it. Come on then. There you go. To go out. Oh, lovely bit of rain. Nah, truly a British colony now. I'm not sure whether it is a British colony. Probably not. Hard to say. Fantastic. We got so much venison coming out of this particular fucking hunting cabin. It's phenomenal. Food, I would say, is about averaging out now that we've built those extra houses, because suddenly there's, you know, more houses, more food to be distributed to those houses. When the 32-year-old when the 32-year-old blacksmith moves in with the 13-year-old miner. It's the Middle Ages, folks. There's no rules. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, Climo, 21 months ago I made a decision. Was a good decision. I guess the jury is still out. That's very true. Old Climo, thank you very much for 21 months and the tier 1 sub. Good to see you. You in good form there, matey? If she's 13, I'm 13. Oh no, Tori. Hopefully you haven't used that excuse. Fantastic. Oh, okay, here we go. Citizens without tools. There are some tools in the old smith. Smithy's making tools, mate. You'll be alright. A lot of the iron should be going into the reserve here. It looks like they're only really just starting to make enough. Oh, there you go. Look at that. The mine's nearly going to be running at tippy-top efficiency, which is fantastic. Just keep sending people into the mine. The best thing for it, to be honest. Getting stone would be really helpful, but having a steady flow of iron is really good for the sake of making tools, not only for, obviously, workers to use, but also for export. Having iron for export is a very big deal as well. What are we struggling here with here? The reserve of tools is low. Don't worry, you'll get it eventually. There you go. There's 100 tools in there. I've only set it to 100 tools, so now more tools should end up here in the tool shed here in the market, which should do us proud. Hello, Catler. Good to see you, mate. You're off today, aren't you? We can fuck around on Warhammer in a bit. Fantastic. Right. Unless you're revising, of course. 3% full. I could really fill this up with some shit, because I've got loads of stuff to export. I'm not really keen on exporting food, just because how easy the potential is for it to go wrong. Like, I'm not a fan of that. Like, could cause us some problems down the line. Okay, so the chickens have really got like a decent bit of growth going on here. Again, I'm currently just sort of harvesting the chickens for eggs at the moment, which is just helping supplement our food supply here, because it's pretty much fish and deer, which, to be honest, there's worse diets out there, but there's a complement of sort of grassroots and things like that. Let's see, yeah, plenty of production out here. Onions are going a bit slow this year for early summer. Production's starting to slow down in that gatherer's hut. What about over the road here with this guy? He's doing okay. He's doing okay. Between the two of them, though, they're keeping our head above water, and that's the real trick here. With regards to other means of food production, the only other means of food production that there will be chicken, once the chicken population reaches its cap here. So once this reaches 34 chickens, as soon as they go over the amount of 34, they'll start slaughtering the excess, which is what you want, because I want as many chickens in the actual pasture making, actually making bloody, food, actually eggs and stuff, because they're a nice trickle of eggs is never a miss. But in the case of these chickens here, they, you know what I mean, they breed quite quickly as animals go. Which is great. Where's the beef? The beef isn't here yet. The beef will be here soon, hopefully. I've sent a request out with one of the passing merchants to go and make me some beef. To go and make me some, beef. No, to go and procure some cattle for me, and some sheep as well, because sheep for the wool will be massively valuable. And in such a time, I'll be able to expand down here and make a couple more pastures for the sake of farming. I might end up making some pastures that run up here, although my concern is that they are going to interfere with mining operations, because I can put mines right the way down here. So maybe not just there. Maybe I'll move them around, potentially. We'll see. Because again, there's plenty of opportunity for mining here and there, although maybe I could move the mines over here. Yeah, I could get a couple of mines over there and then leave this for pasture work. Okay, that's not the end of the world. If I was going to make a pasture, how big could I make it? I can make it up to that tile there. Do a pasture like that. Or I could do a pasture there and a pasture there. Unfortunately, there's no, ground moving, sadly, without mods, and I do not have that mod installed, because it's part of another mod, the Colonial Charter mod pack, which makes things very complicated. Okay, so far though, going well. Lots of leather for well, I think actually he's, what is he? Is he materials? No, there are no materials required to perform the action. Has he exported all of his leather tops? He's made 80 hide coats to his credit. Yeah, we need leather for the sake of exporting and materials and things like that. That's what we really need. Come on, Smithy! We've got to get some tools for the iron workers. Got to get a bit of a bank made up, my friend. Yeah, basically once a person's tools break, the efficiency of the action that they're doing goes down considerably. So in the case of these guys, they're just punching the rock with their bare hands or just using damaged pickaxes and things. So I really need the smithy to dump a load of tools. We might even take... Let's take 10 tools out of circulation. There we go, and the dock worker should return them back to... There we go. Yeah, the dockhand should go and return them back to the... there we go, there he is. There you go, should return them back to the market if he can. And then we should have 10 plus tools in here. Oh no, he's just... Where's he going with them? Where are you going, you motherfucker? Okay, he's dropping them off in there. There we go. So there's 10 iron tools in circulation now, which will give our population a bit of a bump. in terms of a tool surplus, which is nice. And it will also stop the blacksmith from having to work flat out to try and achieve the goal there. 800 firewood in storage, are you kidding me? We've smashed that target very quickly. So it is 800 firewood. And the reserve of logs wasn't too badly dented either, which is fantastic. How am I doing, you glorious man? Well, how are you doing, Roy Sheen? You are the glorious man, sir. You've been doing very well on Bomber Crew, Roy Sheen. Well, actually, I say that. I think you died. No, that was my bad. But you were doing very well. Right, what a roller coaster that was. Yeah. So you did well. You did well. But I think you've met a sticky end, unfortunately. Hello there. Is it Galiba? Thank you. Good to see you. Fantastic. Right then. Let's here we go, another merchant coming in. Thank God the frequency of these is starting to get better. I really hope this is the cattle guy, so I will trade my soul for this. Yes! Yes, he brought some cattle, finally. Okay. I need to take 2 of them. Oh God, just short. Okay. I need inventory because I need to get these cattle off of him. At least 2. Has to be a minimum of 2. What can I export here? What do I have? What do I have for exports? Like fish? I've got loads of fish. Should I just export a shitload of fish? Let's just export like a fucking 100 fish. And then that should tick us over, and then we can make a request for them. Come just once with some sheep. Gotta get this shit moved in there. Okay, so he doesn't want fish at all. Oh, that's a disaster then. You will stay. I need you. I need this shit. Give me 100 tools. I think that should pay for it. And then just bring as many jackets over as you can. I know it's winter, but we have to trade for these because these will be a massive like import and export for us. Bring over as much as you can. Okay, get rid of the fish from the inventory. There we go. So we got 93 iron tools there. I'm trying to trade everything I have, mate. I must trade an additional 56 units to complete this trade. Oh God, cattle are so expensive. I don't have any export material. Iron? Would he take iron? Probably not. I need exports. Look, I know the reserve of tools is low, but I need exports. 96. Come on. Oh, it's 32 units. I don't think it's going to... Oh, another 2 jackets are in. Oh, just 2 more units. Come on. Something. Give me something. Oh, I'm so close. I need these cattle. I need these cattle desperately. Anything. Anything you have. Just wheel a wheelbarrow over of something. Oh, God, I need it. I need it so bad. Iron? No, I don't think he'll take iron. Because it's like a basic commodity. Like, he's not interested in it. It's not like manufactured. You can get iron from anywhere. That's the problem. That's why he's not interested. Oh, come on. I need something before he sails off. Come on, guys. Work with me here. Oh, God, okay. Yes, wheelbarrow? No, wrong way. Oh, no. Disaster. Come on. Come on, I don't want him to sail off. Maybe I should try iron. Let's bring over a little bit of what, eggs? Would he take eggs? I don't know. Let's bring over some iron. He probably won't take stone. I don't think he'd take firewood either. No, you won't take eggs. Come on. Come on now. There we go. Bringing that over there. Oh, okay. He will take iron. Okay, iron is a resource he will have. Okay, that's fine then. Let's trade all of this, and then a single piece of iron. Trade for 2 livestock. Yes. Okay. So we've set you to come back with some sheep just once. Thank you very much, sir. Pleasure doing business with you. Let's get you out and underway. Okay, so iron is a resource that I can use as a trade commodity in future, which is excellent news. Okay, so we'll put that to 60 and 30 for both of those. Right, you cows here, I need to think about where I'm going to move you guys to, because you probably want the large pasture, if the largest pasture I can give you, if nothing else. So let's get you, like, where can I get you guys to? So that's, I can make like a really large pasture. Pasture too large. Because I need to make like an enormous pasture for him. See, that could be better for the chickens. I need to create like a really large pasture for the cows, but the problem is that there ain't much bloody room. Can't really build it there because of the mountains. What about here? 18 cannot be placed in this location. 18, 19, 20. Pasture is too large. But it looks like 20 by 20 is the largest pasture I can place. 20, 20. Just barely. Okay. Just there. 18 by 20. Okay, it's getting better. 20 by 20 pasture. That's what I need. So we're gonna get the builders down here to clear that out. There's 76 logs coming our way, or 76 logs needed for the construction. But that's the size of the pasture I need. Would you recommend this game in its current state? Well, I don't think it's getting updated anymore. It's got an alright mod scene, so yeah, I would say yeah. If you like the look of it, go for it. I certainly enjoy it. Fantastic. Okay, so the iron ore reserve is doing well. Fellow Milad's got to really shit out some tools here. It really does. Fantastic. Good to see you, Gordon. If we can't build a pasture here due to the slight incline, it may confuse the cattle. It's true. You don't want to confuse the cattle. It's bad news for everyone involved. Okay. So the labourers are going to go here and just help us clear out this area ready for the cows. Let's move the cows over to this pasture here, just while we're waiting. Let's get them switched to cattle. 2 of 3. And then let's get this place to work. Get an extra farmer on it. Come on, Sonny Jim. 2 of 2. Do I need 3 then? Okay, 3 apparently. I need 3 to work this farm. There we go. And the cows are just going to run in there themselves. Fantastic. I wonder if they'll produce any milk. Because at least here then, they're in this holding pen. Which means they're out of there, which is brilliant. Okay. Just clearing the way for that massive pasture there. I don't think I'm going to be able to create another really large pasture. I might be able to create one here. But, yeah, otherwise it's a bit different. I might create my other pasture here. I might create my sheep pasture down the side of this road, if nothing else. You have a storage barn just there, so, I mean, there's probably not much call to build another one. No. Yeah, bollocks to it. Let's build just a small dirt track there. Why the hell not? Increases the efficiency ever so slightly. Oh, great. The bloody blacksmith's out of tool. Doesn't have any tools left. Oh, no, there he is. He's picked one up for himself. Smart lad. Okay, let's stop putting the reserve of tools in there for the moment. We'll leave trading and commodities down to 0 while our workers and actual, residents benefit, because at the minute there's not enough in supply. Labourers are doing a good job of clearing this large pasture. 20 by 20 is going to be fantastic, because that's the size of the pasture we need for the cows here, which is great. Blacksmith without a tool. Top village, yep. There we go. He does, yeah. He's hammering with just a bit of, like a hardened bit of wood. Something he'd sort of scorched in the forge. Okay. So yeah, so far so good. The iron output of this mine is actually doing very well now. Very, very well. So I'm happy with that. The labourers are doing a brilliant job of doing this here. I'm going to assign a second builder out of the necessity for the fact that we've got a lot to build and a lot of logs to transport. Only a few more obstacles left to shift. It's just moving those resources. Everything is cut down and moved out of the way. Just getting those areas shifted, which is great news. Awesome stuff. The chickens here are nearly at capacity, which is fantastic, which means we'll start getting a supply of chicken in, and now we'll also get a supply of beef once the cattle have reached a certain sort of prestige, if you like. Once they've reached a certain amount, which is excellent. Fishing is doing okay. It's not amazing from the previous seasons, but you know what? I'm not a hater. This fishery was awful. Holy shit. I wonder if that's because I built this right here. Probably was. I could maybe move that over here if I had room, but I don't think I do because of the market's proximity. I could probably move the fishery, to be honest. It's nice having it there, but I could probably move it. I may well do, in a short moment. Fantastic. Right, so the builders are responsible for building bringing all of the logs over. I just need the smithy to really ramp up production here, my friend. Like, there's a lot of people that you're having to make tools for. You're not doing it in the best of speeds, I'm afraid. Keeps going to the market to grab more resources, which is okay. Little bits of iron and stuff. Wood is helpful, but you've got a reserve of that just there, so that's fine. Awesome stuff. There we go. They've finally got the framework laid out for this giant pasture over here, which is excellent. Very happy with that. There we go. Awesome stuff. This is brilliant, this is. Just got to get this built in reasonable time. The problem is that it's so far away from their houses that they only come over and build one or two things. There we go. Get that all constructed, lads. Doing a good job. Farmer's got no tools, which is a shame there. Lovely. Now the chickens have reached top capacity, we're going to have, obviously, quite a few more eggs have just come into circulation, which is excellent news. And now chicken as well. Chicken is starting to appear in the storehouses, which is excellent. For the sake of a varied diet. I'm planning on playing this game. Should I go in raw or should I do the tutorial? I would do the tutorial just to teach you the basics. More smithies? It's a possibility that building another smithy might be the way to go here, because he's really struggling to keep up with supply and demand, isn't he? I think you're right. Let's build a second village blacksmith, like right next to him. Like I think it is that time. A blacksmith. Second village blacksmith right next door. Once they've open the Steam overlay. Once they've completed this pasture here, which is very close to being done, we can set it to cattle workings, and then we'll be good as gold. Doesn't have any tools available, which is a shame. The reserve of tools is low. That it is. Hopefully the labourers are going to be dropping off materials here. That they are. Do we even have 55 stone in our fucking reserves? I don't know whether we do. We've literally got no stone. Oh, that's not that written. Okay, so we need to go and find some stone. It really isn't like I have harvested stone. There you go. Ah, here we go. There's a good wealth of stone there and there. We'll just clear all of that out and put it in that stockpile. Just when we have the labourers to do so. Let's slow down the amount of workers in the mine. Let's take it down to 8 workers in the mine for the sake of having labourers to go and retrieve the stone. Which is fantastic. Right, in terms of pasture workings then, I want to have cattle here, and then I want to close this place. Empty it to the other place that has cattle workings going on. And then we are going to halt production here, and then the cows are going to move in here, where we can get 20 cows. Oh, 20 cows is going to be awesome. And then they are going to obviously reproduce, and it's going to be honky-dory, basically. They're going to do a really good job of basically keeping the cattle going, which is great. Food production is now in a very good spot. I want to keep that up at tippy top there. There we go. And then up our food production just by a couple more units, 12,000, just so that we're in good supply. And then when actually it comes to time to, you know, putting cattle to bed, like, you know, giving them the long nap, they do. Did he just pull some eggs out of the out of a cow's ass? Not sure what happened there. There we go. Food production is shifting rather dramatically here. The amount of stone is starting to trickle in because we now do have labourers disappearing out into the wilderness here, which is great. Again, hopefully the smithy will be able to keep on top of things. Hopefully. Build a quarry. We will get to building a quarry, but I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. I think I'm going to put it down here, out of the way. But that obviously comes in a little bit of time. Big pasture for 2 cows. Yeah, they will reproduce and grow. You know what I mean? There are more cows in our future, which is great. Because it means that we're going to have a really good supply of beef. But it takes several seasons to get to that point. Like the farmers here, like this place is producing a shit ton of eggs. And it's actually producing a shit ton of chicken now, because they need to come over and cull 3 more chickens. There we go. They've culled a chicken there. There we go. Culled another chicken. There we go, culled another chicken, and then culled another chicken. Fantastic. Look at that. And then that goes straight into the reserve. We've got plenty of eggs for baking and stuff. Eventually we'll be able to get flour and things, and eventually make cakes. I don't know, something like that. I just started the game. Why does my PC sound like a jet taking off? Probably not the most optimised on the back end. It's hard to know. Are they male or female cows? Did I buy 2 males? It's a very good question. I'm not sure the game really minds. Let's say... God, they've got like broken legs at the back. Look at his knee! Look at his knee. Oh! But yeah, no, let's say it's a male and a female. But the problem is it takes ages, absolutely ages for them to actually reproduce. Like, it takes a shit ton of time. Just need more labourers going out and grabbing all of this stone here. That's what I really need. Eventually we'll be spreading our industry out this way. The problem is that I need to replace it, and it's going to be tricky to replace our industry. We could potentially move up here for the sake of foraging and, you know, other work like that. But for the moment, I think it's better that I leave stuff where it is. We could potentially get another gatherer's hut stationed out here, but the forest is quite sparse. It's not really within the jurisdiction of the forester, so it's a bit shit, if I'm honest. Ideally, we'd want to be up here. This would be a better spot. This would also be good, but it's like... it overlaps. You don't want shit to overlap. Up here wouldn't be terrible. Over here wouldn't be terrible, not terrible. But you can see how many mountains, like, block production. This would be a very good spot here. But it's miles away, actual miles away. That really doesn't do us any good as of this moment in time, unless we were to build a separate colony down there, a separate town. To this one. Fantastic. Another merchant has rocked up. What do you have, sir? You have just food and stuff. Can I place an order? No, I don't need food, my friend. I need, like, seeds. So you bugger off. Make way for another merchant. How are we doing for the stone production there? 30 out of 55 there. We do have some stone sort of randomly appearing in here, which is great news. Oh, yeah. Just going to take them time. Just going to take them time. The reserve of logs has never been healthier, to be honest. We've got a mass of logs there, a mass of logs here, and then actually mostly firewood there. But, I mean, the foresters are doing a good job of keeping it topped up. To their own credit. It's 2019, you can't assume genders, it's true. Quebec, you're broke, stop ordering stuff, it's true. Ah, there we go. Proof of concept. We have our first baby calf. Awesome stuff. Won't be long before we fire up the abattoir. It's a grim thought, but that's how it is here in medieval, I don't know, Burvlard. Whatever country we're in. Okay. So yep, some chickens finding its way into the market stalls, which is excellent. I wonder how much chicken's actually in circulation. A little bit of chicken here and there. It's a bit of a delicacy here. It's mostly venison and fish. That's the staple diet. Yeah, bit of a delicacy. Quite a bit of it over there, and the eggs production has flown up. But yeah, definitely the reserve of tools is suffering. Definitely suffering. I've got to get the second smithy on things relatively sharpish here. Getting a decent reserve of stone would really be helpful. Reserve of tools and iron is low. Massive amounts of stone here. We'd have to build a tunnel, though, to get through to there. Because going all the way round isn't really feasible. There's a massive wealth of stone, and potentially even some fishing that could be done here. So that's, you know, that's pretty decent, actually. There's a chance we could spread up and around here, and then get a second source of food and stuff from there. It's a nice thought. Definitely a nice thought. And so these guys are all through here just grabbing what they can. Just takes them ages because they don't have any pickaxes or anything. Which is why we need the stone to build the second smithy. And then we'll be good to go. Good morning, Dutch Cook. Good to see you, sir. How are you, matey? Your fishermen are fishing inside the trading post. Well, they're actually... Yeah, you never know what you might find. You never know what you might find. As opposed to an adult calf, that's true. You've got me there. Bamboozled again. Awesome. But yeah, as I say, as we get more cows, the rate of growth will exponentially go up. And then we'll, you know, start having plenty of stuff creeping onto the market here. As I say, there's a good amount of chicken starting to go out into circulation. And it will also give us a decent supply of leather, which will be massive for the sake of our exporting. Like, that's a big deal for us, having leather. We could build lots of little pastures, but that means having more workers, so it's not really as efficient. Or maybe it is more efficient, actually, having multiple pastures, because then there's multiple chances to spawn. Nearly said the wrong word there. In fact, I did say the wrong word there. Spawn more animals, which is great, because then you've got twice as many pastures, twice as many chances to grow. But it would mean buying 4 animals, so you'd at least want a small coven of them first. When does the game take place? What period? It's a good question. Now, in which part of the game Are you invaded by Rome? It's a good point. Yeah. When are the Romans coming? It's a fine question. I'm not sure I can answer it though. I don't know for sure. Fantastic. There is a little bit of stone. It's just got to trickle its way through. There you go, to infrastructure. And then get to the right place. The builder should be able to assemble this nicely. How are the tool reserves doing? Currently only 10 workers. Okay, so it was 18 workers, so the reserve of tools is starting to trickle in. It's just we're not getting much for it. Okay, let's increase the amount of workers in the mine again now, because we've got loads of those going about. And then in terms of housing, there's some really large families going on, so we could probably expand our housing just a tiny bit more for the sake of getting, you know, more materials, which is great. Awesome stuff. Yeah, people just need to come and get their supplies. Really, that's the big thing. There you go. Lovely stuff. Bit more chicken. Happy days. Awesome stuff. So far, definitely so good. Again, huge reserves of fish. The actual food reserve itself is up to 7,800, which isn't massively over budget or massively over target. To be honest, I guess that's because of all the new mouths we've got to feed, because we're up to a population of 69, or sorry, 69 currently. Very nice. Nice, okay, so with regards to like this fishing output here, I could probably put another couple of workers in there just because of the fact that its previous season was awful. Definitely struggling for fish. I'd say we're overfishing. One would say that we were overfishing. Because eventually the reserve of stuff will go down and it will go away. The efficiency of buildings does decay over time. Here we go. Let's build another blacksmith. So we don't want him making steel tools just yet because we don't really have the capacity for that. I'd love to make steel tools because we could sell those for a fortune. Might be a good export idea. Okay. Yeah, again, I can only really make use of leather clothing here despite the very cold weather. Keep going to check on those cows like there's going to be 11 of them the next time I look. It's going to take about 10 seasons to get that to where it needs to be. It's going to take ages. Okay, reserve of iron and reserve of tools is low. I've got the mine working as overclocked as I can. I want to ideally have coal and other things, but I need a quarry second to this. I need a quarry for the sake of upgrading to stone housing, which will be happening very soon, if I can help it. Okay, afternoon there. There's a llama in my pants. Beautiful name. Good to see you. Dutch Cook there says, watching you while sitting on the train on my way to school, yeeting true me beat. What? So pretty good, fantastic. I think he's allergic to work toward you. That I am. Well, I know I am. Can't speak for anyone else. Awesome stuff. Okay, so this other smithy again, beautifully timed, but doesn't have any doesn't have any tools available, which is, I guess, is not the end of the world. Again, ideally we'd play with the Colonial Charter mod, and I will eventually move to that. Like, I don't even think I'm going to go all of the way to the end of this settlement. What's this? We reach the log reserve. Get more logs in. We can always do with more logs, lads. Firewood is okay. Well, in fact, we'll get 1,000 firewood in. Might as well. There you go. Good amount of logs. Just keep the foresters working. Yeah, I'll eventually move over to the Colonial Charters mod. I don't know whether I'll even finish Burvlarn. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know whether I will. I'll probably move over to it soon. I just wanted to get reacquainted with the base game and making a colony that's able to survive before moving backwards and forwards between these different resources. Supply chains are long. Yeah, it's true. Another merchant. I think he just took down a tree with his oar. Awesome. Fantastic. And he slides in like a poo. Oh, he's got coal. Do you know what? Let me say work. No. I'll just leave him there. There's no real rush for me to get coal at the moment. Nice. Okay. Games queue hasn't finished. +1. That's true. Yeah. Well, you can't even really. I wouldn't have even said this game even has a real end goal. There's no end screen for this game. Not at all. There we go. This calf has grown into an adult, which is great. Reserve of iron and tools is low. I know the reserve of iron's low because of the fact that we've got 2 smithies pinching all of the iron ore. but, you know, what can you do? The mine's working as pretty much as fast as it can there, and with 2 smithies now, the reserve of tools is doubled in output, so hopefully that's going to be able to keep the workers supplied with pickaxes and things that they need, which will be fantastic if we could only get them out to them. You're hammering an empty anvil! For God's sake. Couple of tools there, couple of tools go back into the tool shed, which is great. Chicken there. Wonder how much chicken this place has produced. Not actually that much chicken, but the eggs are very, very good. We're producing a shit ton of eggs, which is again great as a variation to the diet, because variation in diet keeps the guys healthy. Obviously, herbs is a good way to keep them, very healthy. But if you have a variation in diet, the actual health of your citizens here, which is at 4.5, which is pretty bloody good, to be honest. There's no issue there. Unless we get some kind of disease outbreak, we'll be fine. Which probably will happen now that I've said it. It finishes when your society collapses. Do I have a school? No, I do not have a school yet. I will build one soon. But at the minute, I'm just happy having the labourers come into fruition here. How many labourers do I have? Currently 0 labourers. I can take one out of building for definite. Just need... Come on, guys. Just hammer away. Just hammer away. There you go. Good lads. Just need some tools. We're slowly... like I say, we're slowly rearming all of our workers here. The problem is that the chance for tools to break in the mine are very high. So... while I'm spending all of these resources on the mine here, I'm, breaking tools as fast as I'm making them, essentially. Yeah, there we go. Another 2 sets of broken tools, and it's pretty much just happening in the mine. Pretty much all of these broken tool people are mine workers. Which means I've just got to massively produce a shitload of these tools, which is great. But at least the actual smithies themselves have tools, which is great. Kind of keeping on top of it. It's just hurting our iron output, which is the only problem. Reserve of tools and iron. Look, I know the iron reserve's low. Don't have to keep telling me about it. Come on. Okay, what's reached tippy top here? Herbs. I don't need more than 200 herbs. Herbs are fine. Food is actually just about stabilised, to be honest. It's not really in a good or bad state, to be honest. It's okay. It's doing fine. 34 chickens, can't believe that. Yeah, it's just mine workers, just the mine workers. There we go. Just try and get as many tools. There's only five broken pickaxes left before we start getting on top of it. 4. Oh my god, is it happening? 3. There's only 3 left. Come on, smithies. Come on, you can do it. I believe. Holy shit. It might even happen. We might even keep on top of it. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows what could happen? They've got massive amounts of tools about to go into surplus here, which is excellent news. Fantastic stuff. Brilliant. The amount of chicken. I know, right? It's awesome stuff. There we go. 5 tools. People taking them over to the workhouse or the storage barn. There we go, some iron tools in circulation there. Come on, just got to get those workers, those tools. Plenty in circulation, they just need to be dropped off somewhere. Where are your tools then? Where have you just put them? Oh, there we go. 6 there. Oh god, we might actually be in the positive. Finally. Nobody has a broken tool. That's at long last. It really has been a long time coming, that. Holy shit. Wow, well, we did it, folks. We did it. I'm actually super stoked with that. That's been a persistent thorn in my side for the past forever. There we go. Just like that. Get that connected to there. And we'll get a couple of houses built along here. Just like so, and then like so. Lovely. And then I guess that really marks the end of that district there, pretty much. Let's connect. Might as well connect that up to there. Nice grid system. It's all right. Could even put houses up here, but chances are, as a small bit of flat area, I will just have orchards or something. Game's over. We've won. It's true. That's it. Big brain play. Awesome. Yeah, the amount of iron ore coming out of that mine is fantastic. Really happy with it. With regards to tools now, we're starting to build up a small positive amount, which is great. Oh dear, okay, the food reserves are starting to tank. We've gone down from 7,000 to 6,100. What is the cause of that? The fisheries are starting to slow down, I suspect. It's a good thing I've spotted it now. Previous season was pretty poor. How are the gatherers' huts doing? Got an extra person in the gatherers' huts. Previous seasons were better than others. This is running at tippy-top capacity. Herbalist has done as much as he can. Yeah, the food reserve has started to dip, I think basically based on the amount of mouths that have had to be fed here. So we need to think about food production coming up again. The chicken and egg reserve, I thought might have been enough to keep our heads above water, but we're starting to see a negative growth in terms of food. Now, it's going to be a while before the cattle is mature enough to be harvested, so it's a bit of an interesting conundrum that we found ourselves in here. So how do we go about this? Corns, there's no... it's not that there's no farming, it's that I don't have any seeds to farm, and I haven't been able to trade for them yet. I've been focusing more on livestock than I have the actual harvest, which is the way I've been enjoying the game, so... yeah, it's a little bit interesting as of this moment in time. If we could eat wood, it would be fine. There we go. Okay, reserves back up to 7,000 food. Maybe we just had a bit of a dry spell. The reserves are going back up. A couple of logs, apparently. Chicken had eaten some tree bark. Okay, fair enough. Well, at least they're kind of keeping on top of it. We'll have to keep an eye on our food reserve. It's sort of going back up again, but it was we lost 1,000 food from somewhere. The building of the new houses isn't going to help either. I definitely need to start thinking about quarry work, because that's the next big step for me. But I need more children and I need more labourers as a result of that, so it's time to go on a bit of a housing expansion here and just build a shitload of new dwellings if I can. We're going to go for 4 new houses there. I know I'm blocking this, but I'm going to build one pasture here. I'm going to leave this here for potentially mining, because I'm going to have a road that comes around the back, if it's able, and then to connect to that mine. There you go, just like that. I can have a road that comes around the back of the houses and connects to any mines that I want to put here. I can put one there. I can, if I want to, put another one here, just behind that house. So I could even get a row of houses down there. It's potential, it's potential. I could put the sheep pasture down there. Maybe. Another merchant. What do you bring, sir? Just coal. Let's see, I know you've got coal. Look off. I guess he was telling me again because I didn't dismiss him. It's all good. Just got to get those houses back in place. That's the real trick here. Reserve of stone is low. That, I guessed, would be the case. Again, we're using an awful lot of the stuff. Where's stone? There's some stone there. There's some stone over here. Get all of that. Literally no stone. There's a little bit of stone there, a little bit there. Have all that stone here. Yeah, quarry's going to have to be the way to go. But he really pisses off down the stream, doesn't he? Which is great. Okay. So stone is the way to go. Just get in there. Okay. Q for El Presidente 2019. Aye. I see no veggies. There are no veggies. Need more children. Invest in a school so that the next generation is insanely more efficient than current. Okay. I'll do that as well. Okay, so let's go to... Okay, where would education be? This one? Schoolhouse. Okay. Let's do it. Let's get a schoolhouse just built onto the main market square here. Just like so, just nestled in behind these houses by the blacksmith. Something like that. Kind of like the way that's laid out. Don't know why. Although it blocks that road terribly. Okay. We'll move... yeah, we'll move that. And we'll remove this road. We'll choose a different position, just so it doesn't block the street. How do I remove a road? There it is. Remove road plans. Let's build a new road. I'm going to have this road snake around the back of the houses like this. like so. And then I can build the schoolhouse like just in here, like so. Yeah, just nestled in there like that. That's where I like it. And we can just put an extra thing there. There you go, just like that. That'll do better. Nice. GTA RP has gotten a better look over the years, yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's very true. I'm going to have a lot of kids in circulation, to be honest. It might take a bit of time to build this. Obviously, the houses are the major next step. Obviously, I need that stone harvested. That's the real conundrum, per se. Which is great. Now, it means that I'm not going to have access to the labourers for quite some time, but I can live with that. You can also see how efficient the iron mine is becoming now that the actual pickaxes and stuff are all being appropriately harnessed. The fact that they actually have tools, which is always helpful, isn't it? Plenty of iron ore there. Hopefully that's going to be taken down here for production. These guys have run out of iron. I tell you what, now that we've got maybe enough iron in production here, let's just hit the brakes on this guy. Let's just hit the brakes on her. Just for the moment, because we only really need one smithy now that we're running at above capacity, which is great. Jesus Christ, look at it. It's piling up outside. Fantastic. Really good stuff. You know what, fuck it. If we actually do have a shitload of iron in the works, what are we struggling with? There's loads of iron. Just go and get it. Fucking it's stacked up high outside the mine. Jesus. Lovely. Let's get the builders to build all of that then. How are we doing over here? Still 4 cows, which isn't too bad. Again, it's going to take about 10 seasons to get the cattle to a point where I can actually use them. Ideally, we'd set up 2 pastures, because you're not really meant to just have 1 pasture. You're meant to have loads of pastures if you can help it. But I can't help it at the moment, because I've got to have sheep and stuff. These guys, though, he's run out of leather, which was expected. Okay. Not too bad so far. So all of those houses are built up now, which is excellent news, which means they're all going to be having kids, and then that means we can focus on the actual schoolhouse, I should say, not storehouse. Let's have a look here. How are we doing for stone? The reserve of stone is basically non-existent here. I figured that much. Reserve of tools is low, don't you dare. Let's not start this again. Or 4 tools have just broken on us. I think it's because they all pick them up at the same time, and because they're all mine workers, they've all broken at the same time. I do really need... It looks like with a mine, I really do need 2 smithies to keep on top of things. Quite interesting. I could potentially move these guys closer to the actual mine front if I needed to, but we'll see. Brilliant. Good luck there, Zelric. Or Zelk. Zerk. Nice. Okay, so yeah, iron ore's doing okay. Just wish more of it was getting to the market stall there. Maybe I need to recruit an extra worker for that. Just to help with the distribution of materials into the actual site itself. That could help, big time. There we go. So how are the reserves doing? Firewood is kind of on a bit of a deficit because of obviously the amount of firewood, logs are on a bit of a deficit because of the amount of firewood that's coming through. I got another merchant coming. Gee, I can't get rid of these merchants. They're bloody everywhere. There we go. Just a little bit more stone and we'll be good as gold for construction. What have you brought? He's just the food guy. Custom order. No. I can't plant any of this shit. Go away. I don't have anything to export, really, so bugger off. Yeah, as I say, they take iron, because iron, I suppose, is helpful. I didn't know that they took iron, though, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, definitely not foodstuffs. You ever play Frostpunk? It's a really great game. I've never played Frostpunk, no. Sadly, I have not. I've heard it's like a city builder, Russian-style Long Dark. Which is, I think, is pretty cool. But yeah, sadly, I've never actually played it, unfortunately. People, look, there's plenty of stone that we could be getting, guys. I need you to work with me here. Smithies are hammering out all the tools, which is great. Do we have a... Yeah, we have a decent stock of iron making its way into the trading hub now, which means the blacksmiths can do their job. Reserve of iron and tools. I know. Just got to try and deal with it, lads. Lads and ladies. And then I'm going to build a quarry. And then hopefully we'll get a decent reserve of stone from that. Hard to know for sure, though. It doesn't half make a big old scar on the landscape. We could even choose where I'm going to put it, actually, because this area's been cleaned out of all resources, that it should just place straight away to a quarry. See, look at the size of it. See, it's so enormous, I can't even put one over here. Oh, that complicates things slightly. Where the hell am I going to put it? Oh god, I don't want to put it down here. Oh god, there's a slight incline, folks. That means that we cannot build here. It'll be placed in this location. Oh god almighty. Okay, well this is a spanner in the works. Literally, just flatten it. You're going to be mining there anyway. See, like all of this would be prime real estate for a quarry. Like pretty much all of it. Maybe I could put it like up here. Maybe I'll put it there. That's kind of out of the search radius of this guy. The harvesting radius.
Oh,
so it might be an idea.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Thank you very much for that too, Karis35. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Let's see then. Could put it there. Yes. I will put it there. It's going to take a long time to clear it all out, and it's going to need a shitload of iron ore, but it's worth doing. It is worth doing. Yep. Come on, we need 2 builders on this. Get the schoolhouse built. It's pretty much going to go right up to capacity, near enough, I believe. But yeah, definitely need some labourers, because we need a supply of stone. I'm now desperate for a supply of stone. Can't get it from the mine, got to get it from a quarry, because I need not just little shards of stone. I need like clear, actual cut stone blocks. That needs a quarry foreman and a way to keep it. Hopefully there's never a flood, otherwise it's just going to completely fill up with water. Which is nice, isn't it? Right. Trying to think, what's the next thing that we need to move on to with our village here? It's kind of difficult to know. Gaming nerd there. There's stone behind the cows. I know, I've already set it to be harvested. Like, I've already set it to be collected, but they're taking ages to go about it. There we go, we need a schoolmaster there. See how many students we get on board here. We'll have quite a few students, I imagine, once the actual teacher gets into school there. We'll be in a very good way. Eventually, when the teacher turns up. Eventually, when the teacher turns up, we will actually have a school with students in. Oh, there you go. She's just gone inside. No students at all. Okay, I wonder. I guess there's nobody of the right age. Oh, I see. They're all like babies, so they don't go to school just yet. Homework intensifies. Yep, it's true. It's fantastic. Okay. Yeah, so the reserve of iron is still going very well. And again, hopefully with the schoolhouse will increase the efficiency of everything, which is what we want. But yeah, so far so good. Quarry clearing is going A-OK as well. It's going to take a while for them to build it, but it's, it's a necessary addition, that. If I didn't have to build it, I wouldn't, but I do. We want to fix your armour today. Ah, right. Okay, fair enough. I don't mind fixing armour. Good stuff. Yeah, okay, I can jump on and do that today, Catler. So probably a good idea. In fact, I know really the change that I need to make. I need to try and move armor to my SSD. Or get armor on an SSD, because at the minute it's on a hard disk drive, because Star Citizen's on my SSD. And it's not big enough for both, unfortunately. Build something near the quarry, Quebec. What do you mean build something near the quarry? Like houses and stuff? Now, there's probably no need for that. I just need like a road that goes there. The optimism of it being fixed today, yeah, it's true. Very optimistic. Reserve of iron. We've got the mine. We've got the mine. Smashing it out. Come on. The reserve of iron's fine. Fantastic. What's this? It's just raining. Raining 29 degrees Celsius. That's fine. Buy another SSD using the couch fund. I could do. I also wanted to thank everybody. The couch fund has officially reached its £3,500 target. I didn't actually change it, but it has. It has met it. I need to update the actual number tomorrow, or today even after the stream. I was meant to do it last night, but I'm kind of like trying to think exactly what I was going to change it to. Fantastic. Yeah, so it's very kind of you all. It's completely blown past it. I'm very, very grateful. If you haven't bought an SSD recently, they've gotten huge and cheap. Really? Okay, might be worth getting one sorted then. Yeah, honestly, it's the tiny couch fund is done. Poet, it pretty much is. Yeah. Basically, that £3,500 is the absolute minimum that we needed to get, that we reckon that we would need to get by. So, paying the deposit for a place, obviously putting 3 months' rent up front, and then actually furnishing the place with the absolute most basic furniture. Bearing in mind that that's the target that we've set ourselves there for £3,500 is the absolute skeletal minimum that we believe we'll need to move out. In a way, the donation drive is still going, but there's no longer really a target per se. It all just goes towards moving out. And obviously, if there's, the more we have, the more comfortable the move will be, basically, because we've got to hire a moving van, we've got to do all of that stuff. So, you know what I mean? It's the more we have, the more of a buffer zone we have to potentially cock stuff up. Okay, the amount of food that we have now is starting to really plummet. So I need to think about ways of improving our food surplus here. Now, I don't have orchards. I don't have any room really for pastures. The only other thing I could do would be to build another pasture just here, and then move some of the chickens over to it. That would be the only other thing to do. Let's do it. If I can move some of the chickens over there, we might be able to just about save our food output here. Because again, more mouths to feed, and the stores are starting to get dipped into because of the fishing. Well, to be fair, last season wasn't a terrible season. This guy's doing terribly for food this year. I think I might need to move this guy somewhere else, maybe just here, just so. Yeah. Are you an Optom? No way. No, sorry, not at all. I'm just a floor grunt. Nice. I've got hunters and gatherers. Yes, got both. The reserve of iron. I can only hope that it's just a minor deficit. But we have. Well, there we go. Finally got a student. There we go. Where's the student? Where is that student? There he is, student, Kylander. Once they reach the age of 10 years old, they become a student. Not too bad then. And again, that increases the efficiency of our workers, which is excellent news. It's going to take a while for them to fully replace the population, but, absolutely fine. Bit of one-on-one tutoring, very expensive. There we go, so they've starting to build all of this up, which is fantastic. Again, we could move some chickens over there just for the meantime. And then again, sheep, when I can eventually export them, is going to be like the big humdinger. Also, it looks like I'm exporting like a shitload of clothes for people, which is fantastic. Not really exporting, but there's a lot in circulation there, so it's pretty good. Overclockers have a bad reputation in my country. What's overclockers? What do you mean overclockers? For a SSD. 140 quid for a 1 terabyte SSD. Oh my god. Christ almighty. That's quite good. I'm willing to say that's fantastic. Okay, yeah, so we're hovering around 5,000 food now, so I need to be mindful of the fact that I might put chickens there. put a lot of those in. Let's split the pasture here. So half of the chickens are going to go over the road here. There we go. A lot of the chickens are going to start walking across the street here. Over to this other pasture. Then I just need a farmer for it. There you go. That'll do. There we go. So we've got half and half there. It's going to take a little bit of time for the chicken population to grow in such a way that food will be supplemented, but it's going to give me a better overall output, which is what I'm after, so can't really complain. Awesome. Yeah, you take what you can get in Burvlard. You really do. Why are they crossing the road? It's a good question. Can you teach me Quebec Daddy? I am awful at games, but but games like this, I love them. Ah, well, feel free to passively absorb. Oh. Fantastic news. Okay, the problem is I've got nothing to sell. I've got no export materials at all, which is a disaster, really. Yeah, I've got no clothing. I've got barely any tools. The iron reserve is only at 8, so there's really nothing I can do. I will place an order for you to always bring sheep every visit, but I'm going to dismiss you for now, sir. I apologise. Nothing I can do this season. I've got nothing to export from my town. We're sort of looking inwards at the moment. Okay. So the chicken population should start to ramp up again very, very shortly. It's going to double my output of eggs, which is great. The sheep here, the cows, sorry, are now up to 7. As you said, the population will exponentially start growing. Once we reach 20 cows, we're going to be in a fantastic spot. But it's just getting there. Because at the minute, while eggs are going to be going up, there's going to be really no chicken in the there's going to be no chicken in circulation really while we're waiting for the pastures and things to grow. So that's a bit of a bother, but again, what can you do? Beggars can't be choosers. These guys here are trying to take as much iron as they can over to the iron ore mine, which is fantastic. Firewood is the best thing you can sell for value. You reckon they're washing out? Firewood, you say? How much is that shit worth? We'll find out, I suppose. I have 600 firewood. I'm not like in an amazing spot, but I'm not in a terrible spot either. A few logs here and there. It's alright, so far so good. Hello Andy, you alright mate? Okay. So, 74% left on that. That one's going to last a while. Like it doesn't really... Obviously when it gets down to 0%, it's dead, but it takes many seasons to get through there. Beer Shadow, thank you very much for the 6 months, sir. I have Prime now. That way I can give you money again. I won't complain. Thank you, Beer Shadow. Cheers, mate. Right. Where do we go from here? What do we do now? Choices with regards to the next step. I'm really just biding my time waiting for the quarry to build, but it's taking a long time to get all that iron. Maybe I can help them with that. Collect iron ore. There's quite a bit of it down here. I might just be able to help the guys collect just as much as they can. That's all the stone there that's been selected to be harvested. There's no iron in this immediate area apart from there. Really no iron. God, yeah, okay. We definitely needed a mine, let's put it like that. Definitely needed that. Okay, it's not too bad. 2 students in the schoolhouse, which is alright. -9 degrees Celsius. That is pretty damn chilly to just be wearing leather clothes in and stuff, which is why our firewood reserve is like tanking big time. Because of the fact that it's not very efficient here, because they're not wearing warm clothing. There's really nothing I can do. All the reserves are going back up, which is nice, ready for early spring. Right, Longleaf, Quebec there. Herbs have a value of 4, and you are almost always at capacity with it. It might be worth putting some in the trader. Very good point, actually. Let's put the reserve up to 300. Let's get some herbs in there. Put 100 herbs in. Somebody said firewood. Well, we'll see with firewood. But yeah, you're right. If something reaches the top, then I should potentially export it. It's a good idea. Fantastic there. The chickens in this pasture are growing out of control. These ones are taking a while. These are all the old duddies. All the old hens. Okay. So far so good like though. We're doing a decent job of this. You can also buy logs and make those into firewood. You get 16 value for 2 resource cost. Oh, right, okay. Ale is the best normally, but harder to make, so firewood is the most basic and valuable thing you can export. I see. I see. So beer, yeah, beer would be fantastic to export, but I need wheat for that, because I can... Everything else you need to create beer. Like, you need hops and, say, cherries, or hops and apples. But wheat, you can make beer just a wheat-based beer, which means you only need 1 resource. If I could get some wheat seeds from a passing trader, then I'd be in a very good spot. Although the problem is, I've got no bloody place to grow anything. That's the only problem here with this particular biome per se. It's a bit of a farce, but what can you do? You could make cider with just apples and yeast. I don't have any yeast, I'm afraid. Rebecca's the voice every DM in the world dreams of. Do you reckon, Vaderman? Make a good dungeon master, would I? I've never played Dungeons and Dragons. I tried to play. Oh, there's a Warhammer 40k version that I can't remember. That I tried playing once, but it's very slow. It's very slow. Way too much maths involved for me to scramble my head around it. You bet the DM. Unless you have a nod, I don't know. Sorry. All you need is fruit, not the yeast. Interesting. Dark heresy. That sounds familiar, Gordon. Can you say in a threatening voice? What's a threatening voice? I don't know what a threatening voice is. Roll for initiative. I don't know. I don't know. The Grand Lord of ASMR. I can't even play this game. It's a voice which is threatening. True, you've got me there, Climber. Right. So yeah, I'm just sort of flying the camera around really because we're just waiting for resource bars to increase. We need more iron, as we always do, to make more tools. Tools is now up to 8, but we have so much of a population surge that we're not really getting ahead of it really. The iron that we have is all being trickled off down towards the quarry here for the eventual mass production of workers into the mine, which is going to be fantastic. We're going to half probably the mine production and then send half people down to the quarry, which would be fantastic. Sounded more seductive though. Cool and dark, emotionless performance. Reminds me when Quebec screams in the Vietnam game with Soviet trying to do ASMR. That's true. Yeah. It's very true. God, I've got an army of chickens. Should I just cull all of them? Should I just cull all of those chickens? I could just go on a bit of a slaughter. That's terrible, isn't it? Wouldn't that be terrible? Well, I will do anyway. Once I get the sheep, I'll have to kill them all, basically. Have we got any steel? Is that a thing in basic? No. You need to, in order to create steel, you need to, steel tools. It's log, iron, and coal. But you can't create steel as an ingot, I don't think, for export. I don't think that works exactly. I think you probably could in Colonial Charter, which is probably what I'll be moving on to after this. So we'll see. 50 Shades of... Did you meet Womble and ZF from the Siege of Willow Lake, or did you know them beforehand? No, I met them on that DayZ server. I didn't even know who Soviet Womble was. Like, you got to remember, back when I knew Soviet, he was basically a nobody. Like, I'd be harsh, to be fair. He had 20,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel, right? And that was it, right? Which is let's be honest there. That's not insignificant, but it's not huge either. It's like 18,000, I think it was. And the DayZ server had the name Random DayZ Bullshittery. But you got to remember that the word bullshittery didn't carry the weight back then that it does now. But the reason we decided to go with that server is because that we thought bullshittery as a word describes DayZ perfectly. Random DayZ bullshittery isn't necessarily a funny bloop reel, but if you think about DayZ in a literal sense, with all the glitches, all of the bugs, breaking your legs as soon as you run through a bush, you know, random DayZ bullshittery, as in the bullshit that goes on in DayZ, that we found that quite an amusing play on words, and so we went with that server out of every other just because it was quite a funny title. And then here we are, 4, 5, 6 years later, playing games on the internet together. How times change. Was just a server back then, yeah. Just a server back then. Exactly, it didn't carry the weight that it did now. Soviet didn't get big until his CSGO bullshittery found all of the right places, because there's this theoretical moment, or this magical moment where of air quotes making it, where like a YouTube video just goes viral in all of the right places. It went everywhere. It went to Steam, it went to Reddit, it was trending on YouTube, it was everywhere. And that's really what made it for him. So he focused on CSGO bullshitteries, and that's where he grew from. You didn't know back then the world of famous Womble. Yeah, no, he wasn't famous back then. And some 3K people watching Womble. Yeah. How times change. And armor? Yeah, well, I'd say his armor bullshitteries were. Let's just turn that off for the moment. God, there we go. Fucking hell, massive pit carved into the land. Yeah, his armor bullshitteries were very good. Would you be up for some Left 4 Dead later? I'll see, Andy. I'll have to see. I'm going to be doing my own thing a little bit later, I reckon. What's the time now? There we go. It's about an hour and a half into the stream. We'll go for a little bit longer. Just really because we're waiting for resource bars. Again, I might even start the Colonial Charter mod after this, just because it gives us more stuff to do, which is a good thing. How are we doing for firewood now? Did we manage to get those reserves back up? We're at 600 firewood, which isn't terrible. The reserve of logs is suffering, and our food has stabilised at about the 4,000 mark. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Look at this. Seeds. Actual seeds. Now, I don't need these, alright? What I want is wheat seeds. That right there is the holy grail. I want you to bring me wheat seeds every single time I see you there. Yes. Chestnut seeds, no, I don't need. Pepper seeds, I don't need. Wheat seeds. If I can make wheat, I'll be a happy man. So for orders, always bring me wheat seeds. See you later. Definitely need wheat. Alcohol, that's it. Yeah. Wheat is boring though. Well, I mean, hey, you can't hate on wheat though. It's pretty fucking staple. It's not about flamboyant. I'm not growing red onions anytime soon. I don't really have the space, to be honest. I need something that really covers a multitude of sins with the limited room that I have, and wheat is it. Food is really starting to tank here. Could really do with those cows getting of age, as it were. Those are all back up to capacity. God, they've really grown really quickly. I'm quite surprised. Jesus. Did someone say alcohol? Ugh. Womble is how I discovered Quebec, Digby, Dinkelbean, all of them. Amongst, yeah, it really is the gateway into ZF. You're more likely to have heard of Soviet than you have of any of the rest of us. Okay. Yeah, I definitely need to move this fishery because its output is abysmal. You used to be able to put out 1,000 food a turn, or 1,000 food a season, but now they're starting to wane. This one's picked back up in production, but this one's really struggling, and I wonder if that's because of this thing here. And it is overall affecting, because remember, this thing was like 60% full before, and now it's starting to empty. How's the venison looking? Venison sort of season. It's the same as last season, so I mean, hard to fault it. Like, we have lost a hunter from the looks of it, just to old age or whatever else. We've also lost 2 foresters. How are we doing in the gatherers department? Gatherers are still running at tippy top. Bit of a slow season for berries. Bit of a slow season for onions. Bit of a shame. We've got 10 students as well, which is fantastic. That's really going to bolster the workforce. We're going to put them straight in the quarry, and they're going to die. Like, but you know, it's the thought that counts, right? So, age 10 student, which is fine. Lots of students in and about there. 11 students. Looks like 20 students is the capacity here. Are there any plagues or drought or something that happens as random events? Yes, but they're extremely rare. Extremely rare. Got minus 14 degrees Celsius. That is pretty bloody cold, and our firewood reserve is actually starting to suffer as a result of this cold winter. We need to start moving towards coal. Yeah. My infrastructure isn't expanding fast enough. I need to be able to get another mine and a quarry open, but I'm struggling to do either here. Literally all of my people are in schools at the moment. We've got 18 new mouths to feed. No wonder the bloody food reserves were struggling. Have you ever thought of becoming a radio host? You got such a smooth, calming voice. I don't know. You can't really go to a school and do radio presenting. It's kind of weird. Like, there's only so many radio channels. Unless you did, like, private, like, internet, like, Euro Truck Radio, ZF podcast. I could do that. I could yammer on a ZF podcast. Why the hell not? Last night I had someone ask me to read the Jabberwocky in a posh accent, and then when I did it, when I did, they didn't tip. You should take a look at that poem. What a story. Didn't CAF do a podcast? I'm not sure. Uni Radio? Could do a Uni Radio, yeah. Why the hell not? Oh, bloody hell, my fucking teacher just died. Why did my teacher just die? Oh, never mind, I guess. Reserve of tools is like, I've got 2 smithies working around the clock. What's going on with the tool reserves? Never mind. Okay, well, we can officially start putting an awful lot of people to work in the quarry here, which is fantastic. Nothing makes me happier than seeing a quarry get to work, and this will actually tunnel down, which is fantastic. 6 people are looking for work. Why are there 6 citizens without jobs? The quarry's open. There's 15 slots. There you go. It's going to slowly start assigning them, I reckon. Crazy Jack says, I actually watch the streams and stuff very rarely. I knew you from Soviet Wombles, but nothing special. But then I was randomly there when Digby got a sub-trained, and I wanted to tell someone who knew him, and you were online, so I came here, and you were just around 30 kilometres from a delivery spot on that fateful day when you crashed your ship on Star Citizen. Needless to say, here I am screaming at myself for coming to the stream. Fantastic. Well, Crazy Jack, I appreciate it. That delivery mission was fantastic. Did really enjoy that delivery mission. There we go. So we now have people slamming out some work in the quarry. It's going to take a long time for people to get work done. It does take ages. It's all good there. There we go. And that's going to be our supply of stone. It's going to be steady, but you know, what can you do? What have we got? Supply of reserve iron, and I'm guessing stone as well. All running low. It's alright. How's it doing for output? There you go. 2 stone so far. Fantastic. Most students in school daydreaming of killing their teachers at some point. Yeah, it's true. Maybe it happened. Maybe it finally happened. Who knows? Did you buy the seeds just now? No, I didn't buy the seeds. I sent him away to bring back the wheat seeds. I didn't buy any seeds. There we go. A stone cutter. A student was killed by a falling rock. Fantastic. Health and safety there is not. They're just getting used to it. That's what it is. By the way, that guy's still waiting for his package. Yeah. It's true. The delivery boy. Yep. Oh, natural selection. USHA approved, that's it. The stonemasons unionise. Yeah, it's a tough learning in the geology department, exactly right. Okay, so how are we doing for food here? We're back up to 4,000, which is great. Cows are up to 11, which means they're going to start producing beef and leather very soon, which is going to be massive in terms for us, because this is now a decent bit of livestock that we have here. As I say, about 1 million chickens, which is great. Definitely can't argue with that. Awesome stuff. Okay. So yeah, currently stuff's going well. A value of 4. You are right, so that's 400 herbs right there. Or 400 currency, if you will. That's pretty good. How are we doing in terms of herb? There we go. Gathered 60 herbs for the season. Definitely not bad at all. The tailor, again, finding himself out of leather. Nothing we can really do about it, though. How are we doing for stone here? I mean, it's slow going, but, I mean, it's quite a rare, or sort of quite a powerful commodity. If we could upgrade all of our housing to stone housing, so... Some people collect lots of cats. Quebec collects chickens. Yeah, it's true. I've got, what, fucking 34, then 33. I've got 67 chickens. Totally normal amount of chickens to have. On a fucking racket as well. Jesus Christ. I mean, if I just set this to, like, 0, if I set this bar, like, all the way down, would we just fucking call? Like, I think the guy would just come through with an axe and a purpose. He'd really have a good time there. There we go. We've got plenty of stone building up there, which is fantastic. Finally, some stone in the stone reserve. Iron seems to be in this constant state of fluctuation. Yeah. Picorama, I've gotten my friends to start playing Divinity and Deep Rock, and it's glorious. Definitely don't have 300 plus hours in the two. That's fantastic. Divinity's really good. I'm planning on maybe playing Divinity again, but with like Take Mars and Blade and stuff, just to see how they tackle different scenarios, which would be fantastic. Flarian, good to see you there, matey. Thank goodness this isn't Skyrim. Yeah, it's true. Let's have a look here. There's someone who just spoke in chat there, and I can't quite see his question. There, no, can't quite see the question. Oh, there you go. Have you ever thought of having a ZF podcast, as podcasts are in right now? I think that would have been a bigger hit. I don't know. What would I talk about in a podcast? I'm not interesting. Borderlands stream when? Soon TM. You know the rules. Soon TM. Okay. So we're going to go for about another 10 minutes or so here. Then we'll wrap up, I think. Just because there's some stuff that I need to get on with today. Ooh, dear. Okay, so 3,000 feet. It's definitely on the decline, the food, but I'm kind of just waiting for the holy grail that is the cows. Because once they start producing like meat, after they've been killed off, like, we'll be in a very good place. I'll send Blade all of the OP build sets if you do. Yeah, no, brilliant. Please do, Gordon. You don't need a topic, your voice is enough. Just talk about any old shit. Yeah. So it's true. I don't know. It's quiet in Burvlav at the moment. People dying in the quarry. Starting to get a decent amount of stone out of it though. How much does it cost to upgrade a stone house here? Requires 40 stone and 10 iron. That's quite a lot. Our iron's got places to be, man. 18 tools. We're finally building up a bit of a wealth of them, which is fantastic. It's only taken 45% of an iron mine. I played one game of Div recently, which was essentially 4 polymorph warriors. We stopped because every fight was too easy. Oh, you're joking? Did you play it on Tactician? Did you? I'll be very impressed if that's the case. A hug of squash, yeah, jug of squash, Dazzlebox. Dazzlebox gets the reference. Okay. We'll leave that there for us. Let's see, reserve of iron. I just seem to be using up more iron than I'm producing. I've got 15 people working here, but 2 people working here. You can talk about pretty much everything in a podcast. I think the community would love to get to know more of the ZF members, even better, not just as content creators, but as people. For example, one of my favourite podcasts is the Misfits podcast, where they literally just chat together about everything and have interactions with the community. You've got such great personalities in ZF. So it would have been a loss not to at least try. P.S. Sorry for the long-ass text. It's alright. China called. They wanted their Great Wall back. TLDR, that's it. What's that sound? Who is raping a toast? That's a great question. That's a very great question. Cool. Do you know what? We will wrap this up here because we're just waiting for progress bars. I think what I'm going to do, because I'm learning the base mechanics of the game here quite helpfully, but there's a lack of stuff to do on the in-between. There's not enough industry to be building into here. So what I might end up doing is loading up the Colonial Charter mod and then trying a different approach to this, just because at the moment there's like, I'm just sitting here on my hands just waiting for progress bars really. There's nothing that I can be doing in the meantime because I don't have the population at the moment, and I'm just waiting for things like stone to gather. So if I install Colonial Charter and I put more industry in that I could potentially branch out into, it's going to be a bit more hands-on and a bit more engaging. So yeah, I'm gonna leave the stream here, and I shall catch you either this afternoon or this evening, based on how things go, because I might do a cheeky stream in the afternoon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. But yeah, for the moment, that has been Banished this morning. So it's quite a nice chill game. Oh, we'll see what fucking old fucking paddle man has down here. We'll have a look. Have a great day. Yeah, no worries. Hey Q, how's it going? Sorry there. Was playing this last night. You currently have a city with over 300 people now. Jesus Christ. 300 people, mate. That's actually really impressive. Well done. That really is a city. So let's see what he has on him. So he's got ale. Steel tools. Ale would be very helpful as an import. Wool would be pretty good as well. Let's have him always coming back with wool and leather. Yeah. Go on, you can come back. So yeah, thanks very much, folks. I shall catch you all very soon. Hopefully, like I say, you've all enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you on the flip side. So take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. So I'm banishing the stream. You got it, Agent. You got it. Okay. Awesome stuff. See you later, folks, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Now, for anybody sticking around that obviously wants some... Obviously, it saves on exit, so it's all right. So for anybody that's looking for somebody to chill out with today here, obviously Mr. Soviet Womble is playing RimWorld at the moment, so do feel free to drop in and say hello there. In terms of new content, the Star Wars game, the Fallen Order, the one from EA, God help us all, is out, and Mr. Zeiss is playing it. So I'm going to pass you on to him. Do have a good look at the game, see whether it's worth actually buying. I suspect I know the answer to that, but we'll see. So thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in, and I shall catch you all very, very soon. Take care, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.